What's something people don't know about the true power behind the Vatican? We see presidents, prime ministers, and kings on our screens. We hear about billionaires and their vast fortunes. But what if there is another layer of control, one that has remained hidden from public view for centuries? This is the story of the papal bloodlines, a group of ancient families whose power is said to be absolute, yet almost completely invisible. They are the true masters behind the throne, operating in the shadows of one of the world's oldest institutions, the Roman Catholic Church. Their influence is not just a theory, it is a complex history of power, wealth, and secrecy that stretches back through time. The idea of a secret group ruling the world is not new. We often hear names like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, families known for their immense wealth and influence in banking and industry. But the story of the papal bloodlines suggests a power that is far older and more deeply embedded in the very fabric of our civilization. These families do not merely seek to control money, they claim to hold a spiritual and historical authority that places them above all others. They are said to be the inheritors of an ancient legacy, a secret pact that gives them dominion over the destinies of nations and the lives of billions. It is a power that is patient, strategic, and passed down through generations. These families are often called the Black Nobility. This name comes from their historical opposition to the unification of Italy in the 19th century, when they sided with the Pope and secluded themselves within the Vatican's walls, mourning the loss of their papal kingdom. But their story begins long before that. It is a tale that winds back to the very foundations of the Roman Empire. They are the descendants of the old Roman senatorial families who adapted to the rise of Christianity by intertwining their power with the new spiritual authority of the Pope. Over centuries, they mastered the art of ruling from behind the curtain, letting popes and kings be the public face of their hidden empire. Understanding the papal bloodlines is like looking through a wormhole into a different dimension of power. It is a dimension where bloodlines are more important than elections, and where secret allegiances shape the world more than public treaties. These families are said to view the world as their personal chessboard, moving pieces and orchestrating events to maintain their control. They are not just a part of history. For those who believe in their existence, they are history's secret architects. To truly grasp the world we live in today, we must first dare to look into the shadows and ask, who are these unseen puppeteers, and what is the source of their incredible power? At the very top of the secret pyramid of power are the 5 principal papal bloodlines. These are the families who form the core of the Black Nobility, each with its own unique history and sphere of influence. They are the Orsini, the Breakspear, the Aldobrandini, the Farnese, and the Somaglia. Among these, the Orsini family is considered the most powerful, the leaders of this ancient council. These families are not just allies, they are deeply interconnected through centuries of marriage, shared financial interests, and secret pacts. They work in perfect unison, a council of dynasties united by a single goal, to maintain and expand their absolute control over humanity. Supporting this inner circle are 8 other key dynasties, creating a powerful network of 13 satanic bloodlines, as some researchers have called them. These families include the Borgia, the Medici, the Gaetani, the Pamphili, and the Colonna, among others. Each family brings its own strength to the collective. The Medici, for example, were masters of finance, creating the banking systems that would later dominate the world. The Borgia were known for their ruthless political strategies. Together, these 13 families form an unbreakable alliance, a secret government that operates beyond the laws of any nation. Their unity is their greatest strength, allowing them to coordinate their actions on a global scale without anyone noticing. The term Black Nobility perfectly captures their essence. They are noble, with lineages that can be traced back to the Roman emperors, but their power operates in the black or the hidden realms of society. They are phantoms who control tangible assets. They are said to hold a controlling interest in the world's most powerful central banks, including the Bank of England and the United States Federal Reserve. Their influence extends to every corner of our lives, from the food we eat to the news we consume. They have mastered the art of using frontmen and organizations to carry out their agenda, ensuring that their own names remain out of the public eye. At the head of this entire structure is a figure known as the Grey Pope. This is not an official title within the Catholic Church, but a secret one held by the most powerful member of the Black Nobility. For centuries, this position has been held by a member of the Orsini family. The Grey Pope is said to be the true commander of the Jesuit order, a highly disciplined and powerful religious order known for its strategic thinking and covert operations. While the world sees the White Pope as the head of the Catholic Church, the Black Nobility's leader, the Grey Pope, is the real power behind the Vatican, directing its vast intelligence network and immense wealth. The papal bloodlines have woven a complex web of control that touches nearly every aspect of modern society. Their influence is not limited to one area. It is a total, all-encompassing system of domination. In the realm of religion, they are said to be the hidden masters of the Vatican, using its spiritual authority to influence the beliefs and morals of over 1 billion people. But their reach extends far beyond Catholicism. They have allegedly infiltrated and helped create other movements and religions, all as part of a long-term plan to merge all faiths into a single world religion, which they, of course, would control from the top. Financially, their power is almost unimaginable. While families like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are famous for their banking empires, the Black Nobility operates on an even higher level. They are the owners, not just the bankers. They are said to own the very land that countries are built on, holding ancient titles and deeds that supersede modern laws. They control the flow of global finance through their secret ownership of central banks and their influence over international institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They can create economic booms or trigger devastating depressions, all to further their agenda of control and consolidation. This control extends to our health and the environment. The papal bloodlines are believed to have a hand in the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, influencing medical research and deciding which treatments become available and which are suppressed. They profit from sickness and have no interest in finding true cures. Similarly, they are at the forefront of the environmental movement, but not for the reasons we might think. They use concerns about climate change and resource scarcity to justify more global regulations, more taxes, and more control over land and private property. It is all part of a strategy to centralize power into their own hands. Perhaps their most effective tool of control is the media. The Black Nobility are said to own the 6 major media conglomerates that control almost everything we see, hear, and read. Through news networks, movie studios, and publishing houses, they shape public opinion and craft the narratives that we believe to be true. They can make a hero out of a villain, or a villain out of a hero. They decide what stories get told and what secrets remain hidden. By controlling the flow of information, they control our thoughts and perceptions, ensuring that the masses remain distracted, divided, and unaware of the invisible prison being built around them. Am I the only one that didn't know the true origins of the papal bloodlines and how their influence still shapes our world today? The story of the papal bloodlines begins in the dust and glory of the Roman Empire. They were the patrician families, the senatorial class that ruled Rome for 1,000 years. When the empire began to crumble and a new religion called Christianity rose to prominence, these families did not disappear. They adapted. They saw the power of this new faith and decided to co-opt it for their own purposes. They infiltrated the early church, placing their own family members in positions of power as bishops and eventually as popes. They merged their ancient pagan traditions with Christian doctrine, creating the Roman Catholic Church as we know it today. This alliance between the old Roman aristocracy and the new church bureaucracy solidified their power for the next millennium. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, these families, like the Orsini and the Medici, became fabulously wealthy through banking, trade, and control of the papal states. They financed kings, sponsored wars, and patronized the arts, all while cementing their grip on a spiritually and politically fragmented Europe. They learned that real power was not about wearing a crown, but about being the one who finances and controls the person who wears the crown. This became their guiding principle. To maintain their control into the modern era, the Black Nobility created and now commands several secret societies and military orders. The two most important of these are the Jesuit order and the Knights of Malta. The Jesuits, or the Society of Jesus, function as their global intelligence agency. They are masters of infiltration, education, and psychological warfare, with members placed in high-level positions in governments, universities, and corporations around the world. They are the strategists, the thinkers, and the covert operators who execute the long-term plans of the papal bloodlines, all under the guise of serving God. The Sovereign Military Order of Malta, or the Knights of Malta, acts as the bridge connecting the Black Nobility to the world's most powerful individuals. It is a Catholic military order, but its members include top leaders in finance, politics, intelligence agencies, and the military from across the globe, regardless of their public religious affiliation. This order functions as a global command center, a place where the elite receive their marching orders from the papal bloodlines. Through these and other organizations, this ancient aristocracy continues to rule from the shadows, their power undiminished by time, their dark legacy shaping our world in ways we are only just beginning to understand.